One of the things that I noticed during my recovery was that those moments where I would be really committed to, like, I'm going to stop exercise for a month. Exercise was a huge component of my eating disorder. I was very, very addicted, and it definitely was exercise bulimia, where I would try and purge what I ate via my exercise. So for me, cutting off all exercise was extremely important in the recovery process. What I found though is those times um, where I would say, like, I'm gonna go a month without exercising, I would find that my walking just became very intense and super frequent. I became a compulsive walker, and this is something that I think a lot of people, as they go on their journey, they recognize that they too are compulsive walkers. Um, it's trading one form of exercise for the other, thinking that we're doing something better, when in reality, behind this, like, desire to walk like 24/7 is this: I want to lose weight, I want to earn my food, I want to make up for food that I ate. I had my very disordered reasons for wanting to walk that much. So I wanted to make a video today about this because sometimes it just sort of gets, like, I don't know, swept under the radar. We don't really like notice that this is an issue. And so I just want to talk about it because hearing other people talk about it can make us be like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. So this is going to be a shorter video, but basically I just wanted to call out the fact that compulsive walking is not recovery, and compulsive walking is still you sort of abiding by the eating disorder's demands. So if you have traded in workouts for walking, I want you to be really honest with yourself. Are these workouts a way for me to just continue to feel like I'm purging food, or burning calories, or sort of, abiding by any of the eating disorder's wants? Or is it I'm walking because it feels good to move and I need some movement and I don't just, want to be sitting down all day. It's good to get fresh air. Like, it's healthy to walk. And here's the thing with eating disorders. It's not like exercise is bad. Exercise is not bad. Over exercising and exercising in an energy debt, now that's bad. Walking is great. Compulsive walking and walking up like these crazy steep hills and not even wanting to stop and going super fast and walking like for 5 hours a day is imbalanced, and that's not going to help you recover anymore. I used to it baffles me to think about how many miles I've walked, honestly. Whether I was traveling in Europe, like I remember when I was traveling, I refused to take the bus. I refused to take the metro because I was like, well, I'm not going to the gym right now, so I'm just going to walk everywhere. I honestly think I probably walked a marathon every single day, easily, probably even more. When you're walking in Paris and you're walking from like 7 a.m. all the way to like 9 p.m. at night, and you're not taking any buses, and you have seen every single monument, La Tour Eiffel, l'Arc de Triomphe, and Montmartre, and like all these places, like, if you can see all those places and make it back to your apartment way on the like other side of Paris, then you have walked a lot that day. Back when I was in college, I would do this too. One, I would like spend like 40 minutes before each like class walking around, so I'd make sure I spaced my classes out so that I would get like a good enough walk in before the next class began. I remember we had a little like store on campus, like a grocery store, and I would walk to the store, get some food, walk back, put my groceries away, walk back to the store, get some more food, come back, put my groceries away, walk back to the store again and get more food, come back, put the groceries away. I'll do this like 3 or 4 times every single time, just being like, oh, I forgot this, oh, I forgot that, oh, realized I wanted this. Like, oh gosh, it's so embarrassing now that I think about it. I'm like, what were these people thinking at the store? In reality, what I was doing was I just wanted to walk more, and I always felt like I needed to be moving my body, and sitting down was absolutely painful. I was the type of girl too in university that was like in the back of the classes that was like standing up, like moving around, doing like calf raises, squatting, and like doing all these really embarrassing stuff that I can't believe I did. But that's how intense like this desire to move was. So walking was definitely a way for me to fuel this compulsive desire to move. And so I had to be really mindful of it in my recovery, even though most people are like, walking's good in recovery. I think we just have to understand that the eating disorder can come in and really skew what walking actually is. And it can really turn that into a disordered way, is more what I should say. So I want you to just notice, are you walking for more than an hour at a time? Are you, parking in the furthest spot in the parking lot because you want those extra steps before you walk into the building? Are you taking multiple trips to the grocery store? Are you walking around every single dang aisle in the grocery store, even though you very well know that there is nothing in the aisle that you need or will end up getting? Just really being aware of this compulsive low-level movement is what it is. And sure, it might not be that intense HIIT workout that you're used to doing, but it is still you fueling the eating disorder mind, and still you trying to compensate, and still you having an eating disorder behavior and not fully rewiring that. So for me personally, once I went into that sort of final leg of my recovery, I knew that I was going to obviously have to take time off of the gym and take time off of structured exercise, but I knew that I also was going to have to really scale back on my walking and not allow that to get out of control. So for me, I only allowed myself to do 2 walks a week, no longer than 40 minutes on the beach, aka in a flat surface. So I wasn't like going up like this insane mountaintop and leaning forward, breathing heavily, like trying to walk fast. They were leisurely walks. A lot of the time I would have like a hot drink in my hand as I was walking, and that would just be another thing that was like walking slow. We are not trying to burn a bunch of calories here. We are literally trying to just get some light movement, because light movement is fine. It's good to walk. It's good to get some fresh air. But I had to be really mindful about my brain turning that activity, which is supposed to be healthy and healing, into something that completely is not. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Watch out for the low level movement. Watch out if all of a sudden you're in this all-in journey and you like all of a sudden have this like passion for vacuuming the floors. Like, okay, is that just a desire for you to be moving more? Like, be real with yourself. It was one of the most healing things for me to completely for a couple months. I had to do it. It was probably a good, that I stayed really off of like the walking and exercise. It was a good 3 months that I really was just like, I'm absolutely doing nothing. I stretched a lot. I took showers. That was like something that calmed me down, was like taking a warm shower, and I felt just like refreshed after. So that would sort of give me that sort of feeling that I was used to getting after like going on a long walk. I just sometimes needed that like pick me up, that like, whew, okay. Sometimes I'd like splash cold water on my face, and that would help too. But I had to completely let that go, guys. And yeah, did it suck? Yeah, to be honest, I would have loved to be able to still like walk and really move around when I was in my recovery, but that wouldn't have gotten me to this place where I am now, where I don't have this desire to always be moving. I'm okay sitting down. Sure, yeah, it feels good to like walk around and be doing stuff. I'm human, like, yeah. It feels good to move your body, but I'm also totally okay if I have to go to a conference and I'm sitting down all day and I don't feel like doing the bathroom breaks. I need to go and like run around real quick around the block instead of sitting there and talking to the people that I'm at the conference with. It's this total different sort of energy that's in me, and I wouldn't have gotten to where I am if I didn't take that time off. Because taking that time off and doing that for 3 months just really reassured to me that I can do this. I can spend, you know, a day completely sitting down, and I can live and I can survive. And I know that now because I did it for 3 months straight. So now when someone goes, hey, let's go on a road trip, let's be in the car for 15 hours, which before that would have like freaked the heck out of me. Be in the car for 15 hours, not moving for 15 hours, like that was, I mean, anxiety to the max. I hated cars. I hated road trips. I don't mind them anymore. I can do that. I can sit down in the car for 15 hours and I'm not feeling like this, like, oh my gosh, I need to move somehow. Again, I'm at that place now because I completely took it out. So for me, that was really necessary. Now I just offer back to you that you take a moment to really think about your relationship with walking, about your relationship with sort of this low level movement. Is it coming from a healthy place, this desire to just, you know, be a human and move your body, or is it coming from this like disordered place, or is it fueling the eating disorder thoughts? That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any other questions, you can head on over to @flowwithchlo on Instagram. You can also just send me an email, contact.flowwithchlo@gmail.com. I do one-on-one sort of mentorship and coaching through the recovery process. I do work closely with therapists and dietitians, with people's primary care physician and all of that to help you give a more well-rounded approach to your treatment. Sometimes it can be used as a standalone process. Know that I'm not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I'm not the dietitian. I give support. I give you sort of an insight into a lot of the common things that happen in eating disorders, and I really help you stay committed to your journey and to move forward. We work a lot on taking proactive steps, troubleshooting obstacles, really, again, it's that keeping you committed to the process. I think that's like one of the biggest helpful things with the recovery coaching is it's a more intimate process, so we are always in communication for those times when you need it most. Like you're in the grocery store, you know that you're supposed to be getting something new and you're freaking out, and that's when you just send me a text. That's when we work through it. So that's more of the stuff that I do as a coach. We work a lot on body positivity. We work a lot on food challenges and facing your food fears, and coming up with a good plan to get you out of energy debt. Again, that can be all sort of just adding on and really amplifying the work that a therapist or dietitian is doing with you. So if you think coaching could be something that's really helpful for you, let's get on a phone call and let's chat about it. That's sort of the best way for us to determine if that's the right thing for you right now. I look forward to reading any of your guys' comments or emails that you send to me, and I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you share this video to anyone who needs to hear it, and also like it, as that helps it get pushed up in the algorithm. It really helps other girls just find this content. So anyways, that's it for today. Much love. Bye.